What's up, everyone? About a month ago, I did I don't know if I would say it's a review, more of a demonstration of this wheel cleaner, Poorboy World's spray and rinse wheel cleaner, to show how effective it was and whether or not it really does, what they say, no scrubbing and no rubbing. So I figured I've been using the product now for, like I said, an extra month since the video was done. Figured I'd do an update and kind of give you my thoughts on how I feel about the product with the additional use. If you look at the bottle, the directions talk about spraying the wheel off first, and then using the product on the wheel after that, and then just basically rinsing the wheel off, and you should be done. That's the way I was using the product. However, the other day I tried it just for the hell of it without actually rinsing the wheel off first, and to me it actually seemed like it might do a better job. I mean, when you rinse the wheel off first, there's a lot of water still left on the wheel, so when you spray the product on, a lot of it tends to just run right off. Whereas if you leave the wheel dry, when you spray it on, the cleaner basically just sits on the wheel as opposed to running off. So to me it seemed almost like it was more effective. So today that's what I'm going to actually do. I'm going to actually use it on one of my front wheels and show you using the product without rinsing the wheel first, and that way you get an idea of how well the product works with that method. But as you can see, I don't know how well the light's going to show up in here, but anyway, you can see the wheel's definitely extremely dirty, so it should be a good test. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the car out, and then we'll get started. Okay, everyone, the car's out of the garage now, so I figured while it was in the garage, probably couldn't see just how dirty those wheels actually are. So with the sun out here, you can definitely see, wheel is extremely dirty. I think about 200 or so miles have been put on the car since the last time I cleaned the wheels. So as you can see, they're thoroughly filthy. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and set the camera down, and then I'll get started spraying it down and show you the process. Okay, we're going to go ahead and saturate the dry wheel with the wheel cleaner. Make sure I get inside the wheel well to get the barrel. Saturate the caliper. And then just generally saturate the face of the wheel. Hopefully you can see on the camera that, with this method, without rinsing the wheel first, you can see the product is definitely adhering to the wheel way better than it would be if you had already saturated the wheel. So go ahead and let this sit for a couple of minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, so let the wheel sit for about a minute, 2 minutes, 3 at the max. You can see, hopefully, it's coming through on the camera. You can see how the product is actually still sitting on the wheel, whereas if you had done this wet, this wouldn't actually still be on the wheel at this point. It would mostly have all run off. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off at this point. Apologize for any wind noise or side noise or anything like that. Unfortunately, where I live, there's a major road right next to me, and get a lot of vehicle traffic, so I apologize. As you can see, while I'm rinsing off, there is a bunch of product that's coming off the wheel. Again, like I said, if you had rinsed the wheel first, most of this product would have already run off. That's why, to me, I personally feel that this way is more effective, because you're leaving the product on the wheel longer for it to actually do its work, as opposed to just running right off as soon as you spray it on, because the water that's already on the wheel is making it come right back off again. Well, I always make sure I get up inside pretty good. Make sure I try to rinse off as much as possible. Alright, so I'm not seeing any additional product come off the wheel at this point, so at this point I think I've rinsed everything off. Alright, so as far as how clean the wheel is, you can see there's nothing coming off. If there is, there's a faint hint maybe of some dirt. But for the most part, it's pretty clean, which is pretty much what I said in the first video. You know, whether it really makes that much of a difference if you do it, if you spray it on while the wheel is still dry, or if you spray it on after you've rinsed the wheel off, I don't know. I mean, to me, it seems to be just as clean either way. You know, personally, to me, I think spraying it on while the wheel's dry is more effective. Because like I said, the product stays on and it doesn't run right off after you sprayed it on. So hopefully this update will help somebody. If you might have been curious about whether the product really does work, you know, like I said, I'm still using it. Still have almost a full bottle, so once it's gone, you know, whether I decide to keep it or not, still up in the air. Because even though, you know, it comes pretty clean, if you let the wheel sit like this and just dry naturally, you know, it does leave a film. So even after drying it, you know, you do still have to actually, you know, touch the wheel. So I don't know that you could ever say that it's a completely touchless wash for the wheels. So if I have to, you know, go ahead and touch the wheels anyway, you know, I might use a different product and, you know, use a wheel woolly or something along those lines. But I mean, I think the product does for the most part what it says it's supposed to do. You know, as you can see, I sprayed it on, rinsed it off, and as you know, far as majority of the dirt, it is gone. It's not perfectly clean, but you know, at the end of the day, the majority is gone. And you know, unless you're super anal retentive like I am related to the wheels, you know, for most people that might be good enough. So thank you for watching and have a great day.